We are officially in June, so that means I ultimately need to decide whether or not I want to quit my corporate job for real or go back to it. And in case you're new here, hi, I'm Jenna, and 6 months ago, I decided to temporarily quit my corporate job, take a leave of absence, and pursue my crochet business full-time. And I just wanted to preface and say I am not a risk taker. I am so risk averse when it comes to big decisions like this. For the past 3 years, I've been running my crochet business on the side as a little side hustle on top of my 9-to-5 corporate job, but finally back in January of this year, I decided to take the leap of faith and actually go full-time with my crochet business. But being the risk-adverse girly that I am, I decided to take a leave of absence versus just quitting on the spot to test the waters and see if I could actually crochet full-time and sustain it. And that is exactly what we will be doing in today's video. I thought it would be really nice to just sit down and chat with you guys and kind of go over these past 6 months. And looking back at my experience, I was kind of surprised by a few things, so I thought it would be nice to share all of these experiences in case some of you out there want to also crochet full-time eventually and hear what the experience is like. Alright, so let's jump into it. The first thing that honestly came as a huge surprise to me being a full-time crocheter is the amount of crochet that I actually did. You would think becoming a full-time crocheter would entail a lot of crocheting, your whole day is spent crocheting, but in reality that's usually not the case. At least it's not the case for me. Since becoming a full-time crocheter, I actually have crocheted less. And I feel like this happened because as a full-time crocheter, you have a lot more on your plate per se every month versus if you just did this as like a side hustle. I personally have a set number of YouTube videos that I have to come out each month. I have a set number of patterns that I have to do for my Patreon. I have specific sponsorship requirements, and all of that feeds into things that I have to focus on each day that takes away from crocheting. So while my business is still focused on crocheting and creating crochet plushies, the bulk of my day is actually spent doing like admin stuff. I would say the most tedious tasks include answering emails and messages across all of my different platforms, also just editing and filming, and then of course setting up all of the pattern listing. So not even creating the pattern itself, but creating the listing, creating the tester call, creating the tester call appreciation, setting up all those forms. A lot goes into it behind the scenes that you don't realize, and all of that slowly takes away from your time crocheting. And I feel like as a full-time crocheter, you definitely need to prioritize all of these different admin tasks because that will ultimately help generate income for you, generate more streams of revenue. Whereas if I was just doing this as a side hustle, I might not have to commit per se to coming out with 2 patterns each month because I wouldn't have a Patreon, or I wouldn't have to be dedicated to answering my emails on time because I wasn't worried necessarily how my business response time looked. So it's been very interesting for me to look back and see kind of how my priorities have shifted since going full-time. This kind of segues into the next reflection, which is kind of contradicting what I just said, but my day-to-day honestly looks pretty much the same. When I was working my corporate job, I would wake up at 6:30 a.m. I'm in California, so I'm in Pacific time, so I would wake up at 6:30, log on by 7, log off by around 3 p.m., which is equivalent to 6 p.m. back in Eastern time. And since becoming a full-time crocheter, I honestly stuck to that same schedule. I still try to wake up at 6:30, I quote log on to my computer at 7, start answering emails, start going through my messages, start my day up, and then I try to conclude work around 3-4, but sometimes it's hard to stop, honestly. And this will bring us into another point that I'll talk on later, but the work-life balance is definitely way harder as a full-time crocheter in my opinion. But back to my day-to-day, if I think about my life as a corporate worker and my life as a full-time crocheter, it honestly does kind of look the same. A lot of your time is spent on the computer, whether that's doing admin stuff, whether that's typing up something, editing something. While the deliverables themselves are different, overall it's still kind of in the same realm of work. But the key difference and the huge difference is that I absolutely love doing my crochet work, whereas my corporate 9-to-5 job, not so much. So even though my day-to-day looks the same, how I feel during the day is completely different. I told my husband this the other day, but the difference between my crochet work and my old job is I want to work with crochet. Any free moment that I have, boom, I want to go back on my computer, I want to start doing something crochet related, whereas at my other job, job, I could not wait to like close the laptop. I did not feel fulfilled. I did not feel challenged. So that is really what the big difference is. Just wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Designcom. So in case you didn't already know, Designcom is an all-in-one platform for business owners and entrepreneurs to create beautiful logos, business cards, social media designs, print designs, websites, and more. I feel like creating a logo for your business is one of the most important things for you to do, but it's also one of the hardest. But with Designcom, creating a logo is so effortless. They have a world-class logo maker and the largest library of logos that are exclusive to Designcom. With their AI-powered logo generator, you'll have so many handcrafted logo designs to choose from. There's also advanced editing features if you'd like to make any tweaks, and it's super simple to use. But the cool part is, Designcom is more than just logos. They have a business card design tool, website builder, link in bio creator, and more. And all of the templates for the tools that I just mentioned are automatically customized with your logo colors to ensure seamless branding. So if you want to design your very own logo with Designcom, you'll receive 88% off your first logo. And definitely be sure to check out all of the other amazing tools that Designcom has to offer. Thank you again, Designcom, for sponsoring today's video. And with that, let's get back into it. So now jumping back to that work-life balance portion, I will say that my work-life balance has gotten worse. It's because I love crochet so much, I always want to work on it. Like I just mentioned, any free second of my day, I'm automatically like, what can I do for my crochet business? What email can I respond to? Let me go start a new pattern. My mind just keeps going and going with work. And although I love the work and that is why I'm so passionate and want to keep working on it, I feel like it's really hard to kind of separate the work-life balance when it comes down to it. So that is one small drawback, just because both the crochet world and my personal world are so intertwined, but it does beat corporate America any day. I also feel like this might be something that varies person to person. I'm very type A, where I like to plan out everything. I like to be ahead of deadlines, and having a schedule is so key to me. Whereas if you're more go with the flow, you're more like type B, you probably will have a better work-life balance because you don't feel the need to constantly keep working, constantly being ahead. I will say though, being the type A person that I am, I have learned over these past 6 months that planning out everything is key to staying on top of everything and kind of making everything work. Since you are your own boss and you kind of come up with all of these deadlines and deliverables for yourself, you need to make sure you like are able to pace yourself and not get burnt out. So the way that I've been able to handle it these past 6 months are really just sticking to a schedule, planning out my month in advance, and that way I know what I'm going into each month, what I need to get done, and then I create little deadlines for myself to keep myself accountable. And honestly, before I went full-time, I did do a little bit of research. I wanted to see what other people's experience was like, so I knew kind of what to expect. And one of the biggest challenges that people mentioned while going full-time and transitioning over to their own business was the lack of having a schedule. Because with your corporate job or any typical 9-to-5 job, there are deadlines in place, you stick to a schedule, and there's really no like space to deviate from that. Whereas if you're running your own business, you are your own boss and you can come up with all of the deadlines, so it's really easy to get disorganized. So luckily I didn't run into any issues with scheduling because I was just so used to having a schedule in general. Even when I was doing crochet as my side hustle, I always planned out a month in advance. So carrying that over to my full-time journey has definitely helped a lot. And I actually want to go back and talk about something that I covered in the beginning of this video, but when I switched over to full-time crocheting, I quickly realized that the majority of my day wasn't spent crocheting, and that made me also realize that it's really important to diversify what streams of income you have for your business. I feel like the scariest thing about going full-time is the unknown. Unlike a corporate job, your month-to-month income will vary a lot, and that is definitely scary. So by setting up your business with multiple streams of income, that can at least help you get an idea of what to expect each month. So for me, I have my Patreon, I have my YouTube, I also have my Etsy and my website where I sell my patterns and my plushies. So that kind of helped me get a sense of what I should expect each month. Whereas if you were just relying on one source of income, you never really know how you might do. And if we take Etsy as an example, if you only have Etsy as your sole source of income as a full-time crocheter, it's really hard to rely on those sales month to month, and it puts a lot of pressure on yourself. Whereas if you have multiple streams of income, you feel a lot less pressure to perform really strongly in one of those areas. And along those lines, if you can have passive streams of income, that's even better, because that is ultimately working smarter, not harder. And especially being a full-time crocheter, you will need all of the time that you can get. If you're able to set up a passive income stream like YouTube, for example, then all of that time that you would have spent making plushies or crocheting something to bring in that same amount of money that YouTube would bring in for you, you can have that allotted to something else. Whether that's responding to emails, editing your website, editing a new video, that time is re-allotted, so it definitely is a more efficient use of time. And I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I have my little list here on my laptop, but I feel like we covered it all. Overall, these past 6 months have been an absolute dream. I am so thankful for all of you guys because you helped make this dream come true. I truly love being a full-time crocheter, and I hope this video helps anyone out there who is thinking about going full-time and kind of want to know what to expect. I honestly can't believe it's already been 6 months, and I definitely want to do another check-in with you guys after a full year of crocheting full-time. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye!